Hello everybody and welcome to episode 27 in my Bosporan Kingdom campaign Let's Play for Imperator Rome, the 1.2 Cicero update. Man oh man, has this been a hell of a series. In the last episode, we staved off by a knife's edge a rebellion that was about to occur. There were weeks in it to determine whether that would have happened or not, and we just about managed to avoid it. We also then got attacked by Phrygia, another war of opportunism on their part, where they started spilling through one of the gaps in our defenses of our newly conquered territories, looking to reclaim, I guess, what we took off them in rapid succession. Now, we managed to hold them off, defeat them a few times, and just make sure they couldn't get their war goal, which enabled us to kind of clear up the extra territories they had on the Mare Bosporanum coast. That's what I'm calling the Pontus Exunis from now on. So we actually managed to grab some territories, piece them out, and they are now in a truce for a few years. We'll actually have to check on how long that's going to be for, because I have no doubt that they're going to be coming back looking for vengeance. So, something I wanted to address in the last episode was we were obviously on this knife's edge of a rebellion almost all the time. Sarmatia, Saracia, Heniokia, Subcarpathia, Zargadava, all disloyal to our rule because of our aggressive expansion in the south. Understandably so. We destroyed 4 factions in quick succession, so I would also get a little bit scared if I was them and think about maybe rebelling. A lot of people were saying, hey, just let them go, release them, and your rebellion would have been solved. Some people were saying, Heniokia, release them, and obviously you could attack them later down the line. It made sense. I did actually think of releasing a vassal to solve the problem before the episode began, but I just thought, that's not what our king would do. That's not what Leostratus would do. Leostratus has that little bit of a mean streak in him, and we know that if a rebellion were to occur and, rumors of rebellion are kicking off, I don't think he would just say, you know what, let Sarmatia go, or you know what, let Heniokia go. And sometimes you gotta give yourself the challenge of trying to wrangle them into position and dealing with them that way. Now, at the time, I didn't know Phrygia were going to attack. I was planning on actually going for Phrygia or Colchis first, rather than thinking, oh, we'll release Heniokia and deal with them later. Now, I've come to learn something about tribal vassals, which is pretty crazy, in my opinion, and that is the fact that you can actually release a tribal vassal and declare war on them immediately. There is no truce when you release a tribal vassal. There is with a client state, but with a tribal vassal, maybe it's an oversight, I don't know, but there isn't. So you can actually fabricate a claim while they're your tribal vassal, and once that claim is up, release them and say, see you later. And that's something I think we're going to be doing in this episode. I'm pretty tempted to go for Sarmatia, Saracia, and Heniokia all at once and just grab all of their territory at once as a sort of a role-playing nod to the fact that they almost rebelled, and we need to show our Western clients what happens when that happens, and we're just going to firmly put them down. Also, Saracia, a long time ago, they let Iberia walk through. Not too happy about that. I feel like Sarmatia kind of did as well. And Sarmatia owned parts of our provinces. It's not a good look for us. It's embarrassing, frankly. So we're going to put all those guys down in this episode, because we have nice buffer now time with Phrygia. We don't have to worry about them too much. Colchis could attack us, so we'll have to prepare for that. The only other thing then to do is we've got Trapezius. Now, Trapezius are actually allied, or guaranteed, I think, by Colchis. What is it? Yeah, guaranteed. So when we attack them, we can just go to war with Colchis at the same time and see if we can grab this coastline as well. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be fabricating all of this. So that's 3 fabrications, getting ready for basically the solidification of the coastline. Might happen in this episode, who knows? We'll have to just see. Now, in the meantime, the only other thing I've done is I renamed the army. I was obviously, in the last episode, I wasn't able to respond to the comments of the previous episodes, but you guys came up with a good name. There was actually lots of good names. Actually, pretty much everyone had a good suggestion. This was just my favorite. The Subjugators. So the Subjugators are the guys that actually destroyed the rebellion of 90,000 men up at Taphoros, and they put that down. So the Subjugators, I think, is a good name. People had names like the Iron Guard, do with, putting chains on people, or I can't remember. There's things like to do with shackles and chains, a lot of that stuff, kind of the opposite of breaker of chains. Like, I can't remember what it was, but putting chains on people. And there's some Greek names as well, which were pretty cool. So, but just ultimately, I thought the Subjugators kind of just fit the best. So that's the situation there. All right, so there's not much else to look at. If you want to just get a little caught up with the characters, which I'm going to almost do for myself in a way. I was away for the last few days, so I'm a bit late with this episode. Went to ParadoxCon. I wasn't invited. Well, actually, I was invited, and then I was uninvited. Long story. But I just went anyway, then myself, and got to meet a few Imperator Rome developers and Stellaris developers, people whose games I enjoy. And a few people said their employees actually said they were watching this series, which is very flattering. One of them commented that it's quite long, though, which that's fair enough. All right, anyway, so we have Leostratus the First Spartacid, our current ruler. His twin brother, we have Spartacus the Hellen Spartacid, who's currently ruling up in Thrace as a governor. This is our power twin brother duo. They are good friends. This guy's very powerful, actually. Actually, they still seem to have this bug, I think, where the holdings are contributing to 10 each, where it should be just 1 each or something like that, or 5 each. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Either way, it's not supposed to be it's not supposed to be 50. It should be like 5 or something like that. I can't even remember. We'll see it when it ticks over in the next month. Can't do math at the moment. It's like 1 a.m. All right. The only other thing then I thought we'd have a look at before we get started, and we got time on our side, I'm in no hurry, is I think Carthage won their recent war against Rome, so they've carved up a big path through the territories here. Rome are now split here, here, and here. So they're very fragmented up in this general direction. They have, if we do that, you can kind of see a bit better actually. They have 184 territories, and Carthage are rocking 529. Massive. Absolutely massive. I'd love to see them just do a giant CB on Rome and just really go and try and take them out. They even got territory here. So they're pretty close and capable of doing it, I would say. The other interesting thing I noticed then as well is Seleucids are still hanging in there with their Babylon territory. I noticed that Moria actually seemed to be losing to Sagartia. Well, either way, these guys are taking them down. Their current war is -24. Moria waged the war themselves. They might come back later. Often this kind of thing happens with the big AIs where they don't really put down their wars immediately, and they just wait and wait and wait, and eventually they come around and put them down. It's a shame that the smaller empires don't somehow peace out just a bit quicker to make those land grabs, which would be kind of cool if they did. They don't seem to do that. Parthia, pretty big as well. We've seen these a few times. They are still... Oh, they're not. Are they? CB. Oh yeah, they've actually broken away finally from Sakia. Looks like they attacked their overlord. It didn't really make any sense how that happened, but there you go. I think it was a more scripted thing. Well, either way, they're out on their own. Bactria are no more. It seems Fergana are in their place. Parthia have some territory here. The Persian Empire. Wow, I didn't notice that's a thing. Oh, right. The Seleucids have renamed. Oh, I didn't even realize because it was so small over here. So, wow, talk about fragmented. So Seleucid territory up here, here, and down here. 36 territories in total. God bless him. Alright, so that's pretty much enough looking around. At the moment, the only thing I've done is ordered the armies to move around a little bit at the moment. We're going to wait for our claims to kind of occur, and probably load up the ships and send some boys up north and get ready for our invasions of these three. They're not allied together. We can actually take them out one by one if we wish and deal with the subsequent aggressive expansion problems that come with it. And yes, I am aware now that aggressive expansion wasn't decaying as fast as it could have because we were in an offensive war when we joined Cotinia. Some people say like, oh, and I get the criticism, trust me, I am in the wrong, I understand. But when people say like, oh, you should really read the tooltip, right? It's like, okay, yeah, I get that. I do read the tooltips, obviously. But the thing that always confuses me is not really confuses me. The thing that gets me is I get used to reading a tooltip in a certain way. I'm used to reading aggressive expansion, seeing what effects there are. But obviously here it says, the 6th or 7th line down, it says if you go above 50, then some penalties will kick in. It's like, okay, there's some information that isn't being shown to me in this tooltip, so I can expect this tooltip to be different if I go over 50, right? That's to be expected. It doesn't say anything about like, hey, if you happen to go into a aggressive war, if you're on the aggressive front of a war, another thing is gonna pop up and slow you down. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that anywhere when you wage a war that's offensive or anything. At least I don't think so. Maybe I have missed it. So the thing is, it's like I get used to reading it in a certain way, and I get used to reading things that say the tooltip's gonna change, but it doesn't really include everything, right? It doesn't always tell you these things. And there's multiple cases of this. I think I mentioned it with regards to traits before, the blood of the Argives. We have our brother here and his son. His son has blood of the Argives, right? And some people were saying like, Oh, read the thumbnail, darn. Come on. It says that it's going to be passed on matrilineally or patrilineally. But it's like, yeah, but the thumbnails teach you every single trait in the game, right? Nothing, no information ever pops up below the description of the trait, right? The gray writing at the bottom. Except for this one. And the two others that are like that, the blood of the whatever. So you see what I'm saying? It's like the game trains you to kind of read things in a certain location or in a certain way, and I happen to miss that a lot, so apologies, but that's why it happens. I don't want to reread every single time I hover over something. You know, you should be able to get familiar with where things are. But obviously, if I just understood the game a little bit better, then, like, I know now. I know in an offensive war, aggressive expansion changes. And it is true that when I was questioning it, I was hovering over it again, but I just obviously was not reading it properly. So, apologies, but I was just trying to explain my position on that stuff. Anyway, bit of a rant. Let's just get into it. And let's see what's going on. So let's go through our notifications up here. So we have a bad research ratio. That's kind of always been there. Our research is kind of fine compared to the nations around us. Disloyal provinces. So generally speaking, our provinces are quite loyal, most of them. Some of them are still losing loyalty because of that aggressive expansion, still being quite high at 43. And obviously we're looking to grab much more territory. So we're going to be really pushing the limits. And that's something I just kind of want to do for fun as well. Just like, can we start pushing like harder and harder, and how can we deal with that? Low food, that's okay. That's the food down here. I've actually commissioned the infrastructure, or sorry, not the infrastructure, the import route. If we just get another import route, we can bring in grain and this place will be fine. So that's really all we can do about that. It's just a single city there. Barbarians are up in the north. I've commissioned armies to go up north and deal with that. Scorn families and la da da da. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we get rid of that. Get rid of that. Don't need to worry about the scorned families. And the food. Okay, cool. So let's see. What are we making? 94 in taxes, 72 in commerce, 3 from tributes. We could just... I'm going to keep the boys happy. I keep saying the boys. I'm just going to keep our population happy. Oh, no. We're going to do the aggressive expansion. Yeah, that makes sense. Before we do, let's have a look. So we have the Omen Power guy. Okay, he's pretty good. Level 10. Yeah, we don't have anyone better than that. So that seems to make sense to me. So then we'll kick off our Omen with him. Cool. And that should help this tumble down just a little bit quicker. Negative 0.33. Alright, sorry for the long-winded intro. Hope people don't mind. But yeah. Alright, oh yeah, the other thing I forgot to mention is Egypt are obviously helping us in our previous wars. They really came to our aid, fought a couple battles up here, and helped distract the Phrygians. Let's check actually just really quickly. How long is our truce? Not that long, just 5 years. Because we just took a little bit of territory from them. And we were the defender as well, I guess. So yeah, so our armies are all going back to where they belong. And then we're going to start shifting them up north just once things are in place. I was going to continue the road because people... It's really your guys' project. Some people are like, why are you building a road on the coast? You don't need it. It's just because you guys asked me to. And I think it's cool as well to have a nice road kind of network that goes all the way around the coastline. I just think it's cool. If you find yourself ever asking a question during my Let's Play, like, why is he doing... Typically the answer is fun. You know, I choose not to do all the time optimal things. I do suboptimal things sometimes for the sake of roleplay. You guys have seen me kill, throw people in prison, or do whatever just because it makes sense for the characters at the time. Trade hub is developing. The little-known city of Thragelos has been gathering quite a reputation as a hub of free trade. We've had this a few times. This is the thing I get worried about in our... If we ever do this... You know, another playthrough, which I am planning on doing another one when 1.3 comes out, is that we've seen so many of the events. I don't want to turn into the type of player that doesn't read them, because that's, for me, the most fun aspect of the game. At least, I don't mind ignoring the ones that are very common, but obviously, when characters are interacting with each other, I always want to read it. So I hope that Imperator in the future just continues that trend and introduces more and more of these. Or maybe modders can come out with some really good ones. I'd love to write some myself, but obviously then in a Let's Play I'd be like reading my own events, which is kind of weird. So yeah, let's get the cavalry here, and we'll get him to build the roads. Kind of weird that you can do that, but whatever. They're just people after all, I guess. And then we'll just keep an eye on our... Yeah, so we're at 20% for the active claims. So, not too long, actually 1/5 already. So it's 50 per section. So we'll just build it up to the Sinope capital here. It's there. I think that'll be good enough for now. It should look quite nice as well when it's done. We also continued the road out this way to Macedon, who are no longer. And we also built a road all the way up to Subcarpathia. That was actually a mistake. Alright, cool. January 1st, 627. So the game starts on 450 AUC, and it actually ends on 727 AUC. So we only have 100 years left in the game, max. Game does have a hard end date. So it doesn't go forever, you know. Some people are like, conquer the entire world. It's literally impossible at this point to do that in 100 years, I would say. The aggressive expansion would just be so high. I don't know how we deal with it. But I think now, having the knowledge that I gained through this episode, or this series, just in general, about how to do separate pieces, the way we conquered like all of this in one episode, pretty much, you could definitely apply that and go much more crazy. I think it'd be very fun to do a Carthage or Rome playthrough where you really just never stop expanding, you know, and deal with your internals all the time as you're at war, which is something we might do in future. So we got 2 disloyal provinces now. So this one's disloyal. I might change their culture thing. Oh yeah, actually no, it's pretty good to have the culture being changed overall in general. Pop assimilation speed +4. Are they changing though? No. So unrest is so severe here that they're actually not changing culture. So it's kind of pointless. So we might just, at least in this particular city, so I might just do social local autonomy. Keep them as happy as we can. And then over time, some of them may convert a bit faster, and now they're actually assimilating. Isn't that interesting how turning off the assimilation policy actually made them assimilate faster? Just because of happiness. Kind of interesting to see that. And then once some convert as well, that'll go even better. So let's actually just double check on that. What's the population like? Or the religion? It's Sibylline. Okay. Don't have to worry too much about that. The road is being built. Continued along. Where are our ships? Oh shit, there's been a murder. A nephew of Tripuscus II, Cappadocia. Proud, corrupt, confident. Oh, okay. So he was the general of Cassius 6th Bithynia. Cassius 6th Bithynia? Oh yeah, we have Cassius on Cassius 5th. That's a different guy though. And it seems like this guy might be the one who did it. We've been informed that Ephemerus Cassius was found brutally murdered in his home just last night. The investigators have reported that a length of chain was used in the crime, a device known to be favored by Aurola Dromachetti. However, we have no hard evidence to link him to the crime. Regardless, we should be watchful. We are powerless to act. I think that's fair enough to say. Look, we can't do anything. We can't prove him of it. He likes chains. Fair enough, but we don't know. We don't know for sure. Now, actually, one thing I forgot to check as well. Did our the ruler of Macedon did pass away? Wow, he actually died on my birthday, 2 years ago. Well, rest in peace. Yeah, I don't think I got to mention that. Maybe I did and I missed it, but he did die after that gladiator fight. Probably didn't take the news too well. His family had broken apart quite a lot. His 2 sons were dead. His wife was married off to the ruler-to-be of Bosporan Kingdom. And he was kind of embarrassed, I guess. Son fought in the gladiators, in the games as well. Oh yeah, I meant to mention that Messenia have grown quite big. A few people were saying maybe you should get ready for a war with them in future. They are lower, different culture, really? -10? Same culture group though, right? I would think so. Yeah, it would be tempting. I don't have any plans to do that. You know what? I didn't even think of it though. We should totally build a fort here, just in case. Maybe even a level 2 fort, because their tech is quite good. Mine's only 9, theirs is 12. They're actually a fairly decent sized threat. They look bigger than they are. They're only 71 territories, but you know, that's not bad. But a quarter of our size. Okay, all the armies are in place. No one's taking attrition anymore, which is good. Guys are still building their way across. Hemp, grain, and fish. So yeah, Cassius 6 Bithynia. Alright, we'll have to get a new one. Oh, look at this guy. Philippus Antipatrid. So that is going to be... Sure, exactly where he came from. Antipatrid. His father was... Oh shit, isn't this the guy that died in the... Yeah, this is the guy... Died in the arena. His dad died in the arena. Oh man, I wouldn't trust this guy to be honest. Although, look at that, 12 martial. His dad died in the arena. It's pretty cool, and he's got blood of Antipatris and blood of the Argives. Wow, quite the man. Straight out of the Antipatrid family, although they've got no prestige within the Bosporan Kingdom. That's interesting that they lose their prestige. Didn't know that was a thing. Thought they just kept it if you take on a family, but I guess it makes... Well, I think they should take a hit, but maybe not lose all their prestige. That's a little unfair, but okay. A bitter feud between the two brothers here, Spartacus and Haggis Andros. The court is bustling with sycophants, claimants, and pretenders. Is a little surprise, therefore, that the two of most ambitious claimants to the throne of the Bosporan Kingdom have found themselves at odds. These conflicts have a way of getting out of hand. Perhaps we ought to step in. Okay, so we're obviously his brothers of both of these at the moment. You know, we're taking the place of Leostratus, so we could be like, ha, let them fight. It's not time to squabble like children, brothers. I think we need to raise the loyalty of Haggis Andros, but that isn't available, that option. So either way, he's going to become disloyal. Not that big of a deal, considering. Yeah, we'll just say it's not time to squabble like children. Keep him up, and then we could just give him a bribe or something. I think it'd be fine. Look, Haggis Andros, just chill out, yeah? Just chill out. Okay, we need to get on the ships and get ready to move across. We could take the road the whole way up there and pick our armies. I think Leostratus is going to go personally. It's kind of his endeavor. We want to take the cavalry, obviously. What about Pythid's 7th Pella? Nah, he's only level 6 command. Let's not take him. This guy's level 11. We'll take all the good commanders. These guys are pretty good. And they can take the road all the way up here and then just maybe hop on some boats and come across or something. To here. Or they could just walk. Subjugators could actually build a road. Maybe that would make more sense. It's a nice road. So yeah, let's stop building this one. Made it far enough. We'll just wait till he gets to here and then stop it. Actually, no. You go the whole way. You might as well. You're almost there. I'm so indecisive sometimes. Oh, you know what? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I didn't stop paying. Supposed to stop paying for that. Damn, that was a waste of money. So Philon's Trident, we're going to send him up to here, Tafros, for now. Or we could send him to somewhere like Sinope, pick up the Cav, and just send them up north. Be kind of nice to do. As long as Colchis don't go to war with us, we should be fine. Our claims, by the way, are at 63% right now, so things going well. 2 disloyal provinces. This one is getting less disloyal. It still is disloyal, but it's getting less disloyal in terms of how bad it is. Paphlagonia is superior, though. This place is really bad. Changes by negative 0.43. Wow. Not 100% sure why, but okay. They are being converted slowly, which is kind of good. Maybe we could do religious conversion. That might be better for them. Start converting quickly. A really small amount, though. I wonder would it have been better to do what we did before, which is local autonomy. Well, what we could do is something people keep asking me to do, actually, which is just to assign an army here. And maybe that would calm them down to the point where their happiness wasn't really in question. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So this guy's going to die soon. Well, he's 68. He's old. He doesn't mean he's going to die, but he is old. So I don't think it's a problem taking him off the army. We'll have to double check on his loyalty just to make sure it's not going to cause us any issues. How's Thrace doing? Seems to be good. Seems to be good. Province loyalty is gaining. It's just in the new areas. Crisis in Thrace. It's just the action. Not actually. Well, that's coincidence that came up, but it just means Thrace itself, the tiny city-state. Don't have to worry about it. It is interesting. Do they have a hand in our provinces? No. Okay, Bountiful Olives. Our men in Zipporah woke up to find large, massive olives, unlike anything they've ever seen before. The local priests declare it was a blessing of Athena. Some say it's even a show of preference to the rest of the world. Our high priest, Jelan Skyger Themid, suggests building a small shrine to celebrate the goddess, to thank her for the gifts she has given to us. No. How about that? 900 gold? I don't think so. Something I also wanted to mention, just really quickly, is when I was at ParadoxCon, I didn't want to do a video on this specifically, it's just some small bits of info, but I thought it was kind of nice. When you go into, at 1.3, in 1.3 I should say, when you go into your imports like this, you get like arrows that draw lines to where you're importing and where you're exporting things. It looks really good. It's a straight line, it's not like it does any kind of cool route or anything like that, but it is something, it's a nice visual distinction of where trade is moving to and from. If you want to just get a kind of a quick idea of what's happening with it, I really like that. And another cool thing is when you take a city and destroy it, or not destroy it, let's just say you occupy a city that had a fort on it, the city will like burst into flames on the map. It's really cool. Just for, I think they said 3 months it lasts. Those are a couple of things I noticed when playing. There's also a whole rework down here where you can actually drag and drop these and swap them around, decide what kind of hotkeys you want where, or not hotkeys, map modes you want where. It's nice, some quality of life improvements as well. And then there's cool things called statesmanship. I won't get into that now, it's not the time and the place for it, but stay tuned to my channel if you like, you know, Imperator news and updates and stuff like that. I will be doing a video obviously on 1.3 to kind of give you an idea, summary level, at what's been changed. I tend to not do one every single time there's a developer diary, but I tend to do one every time there's been 2 or 3 and I summarize it into one. I just find it to be more coherent that way, personally. Alright, keep going. We're at 88% on the... So that's for Colchis, Trapezius, and Heniokia. So yeah, we could go straight into Colchis after that if we wanted to. Let's see, so this guy is... Your Pasca's revenge sucks, doesn't it? Your Pasca's never as good as the Caciques. Only at level 6. He's had a son. Son doesn't look like he's going to be... Yeah, he's not a Cacique. It's just not... It just really isn't. He had a legacy there, but just not the same. But anyway, your Pasca, he has to stay on the cavalry, obviously. Because he fought hard to do it. Fled to Messenia and came back. And fought in the arena to take control of it again. Alright, we're going to move our fleet up there with the 50,000 on it. Youthful indiscretions. A cousin belonging to one of the lesser branches of the Spartacus family has become embroiled in a scandal at court. According to eyewitnesses, the youth managed to publicly shame himself in an incident involving a miller's daughter and a malicious letter. Let the family Spartacus handle it. Yeah, I think we can handle it. It's not that much prestige. We have 4,000 prestige. I think it's fine. What do we have here? Oh yeah, so these guys have arrived. Nice, they arrived pretty quickly actually. Guess they're taking the highway. Flying along. So if people are wondering why I keep batting away some of those trades, it's because it's for food. And you don't always need it. You know, I could be min-maxing and taking my time to really see which places need it and don't. But ultimately, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. Hang on a sec, didn't I click to do this? We only have the one route. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Well, we definitely... Holy crap, this place is actually hurting for pops as well. Alright, yeah, let's do that then. So we're going to get entice business investments. And then we're also going to build... Oh, the province is disloyal, so we can't... Okay. They're disloyal because of the food. Not much I can do about that. Anyway. Yeah, there's not many... Damn, pops are actually either migrating away or dying. There's actually a lot of incoming migration. Interesting. Alright, anyway, our claims are done. So we'll sort out their food later. It'll just happen over time, I guess. Our claims are done. We are ready to release Heniokia. And just jump on them, basically. We already have claims on Saracia and Sarmatia, so we can just attack them straight after anyway. So it feels a little bit cruel to be doing this, but that's the way it is. Heniokia never did anything to us. Now, I actually only just remembered Heniokia a long time ago. I want to say like 10 or 15 episodes ago. We had an event where a comet flew over this place. Georgipia. Maybe an asteroid or a comet. I don't know. Probably an asteroid, actually, thinking about it. Something flew over us and landed. If it was a comet, it would just melt. So it must have been an asteroid. Anyway, landed somewhere in Heniokia territory. So I think if we take out Heniokia, we might see the resolution of that. Although it's been such a long time, I don't know if the event still works or not. That'll be kind of fun to see if it does. Now, we're pleased to find a great number of tribesmen across the border from our neighbor Cappadocia and settled in the territory of Fiara. Okay, cool. So Cappadocians are leaving, coming into our territories. Appreciate it. So let's see. His loyalty is 54. That is pretty low loyalty. But whatever. I don't think he's going to be that big of a problem. He does have good money, but not much power. So let's change commander, dismiss, and then assign to region. So assigning to region, just take that off. Minimum unrest, negative 0.07. Local unrest, negative 0.07 as well. So I think that'll help this area a little bit. Doesn't seem to be doing much. Who do we want to send? This guy or that guy? Send the second one. Yeah, so this used to be a really effective thing to do. But I don't... Before the patch, but I just don't think it does anymore. Like, it doesn't seem to really affect anything. Like, they're standing on... Gangra, right? Gangra still has, like, 0.29 unrest. Governor's local troops, minus 2.29. So I guess it's, like, something. It's something. Which should lower a little bit up in general. But yeah, it's not going to fix the province loyalty yet. Just yet. It's not enough reduction of unrest, I don't think. Is that aggressive expansion coming along? I feel like we are not doing something else to lower it even further. I don't know. That's alright. Anyway, let's go. Oh no, we need to... Oh, I forgot to pay the armies. How silly of me. Military access from Halicarnassus. Okay. Right, anyway, let's remove these guys as a vassal. How do we do that? Alliance there we go. Sorry, I don't know. It was in influence actions. Okay. I would have thought it'd be in alliance actions. Council, tribal, vassal. So Bosporan Kingdom loses 100 opinion of Heniokia. They're not a tribal vassal anymore. See you later. Now we have to wait 1 month, but then we can attack them. We don't have a truce, so there's absolutely no reason why we can't just attack them. Which is a little bit silly, but that's the way it is. On 2nd of September. Better get stepping, son. And they have like no tech. We're just gonna walk over them. A large ceremony will be held to appease the gods for the Oracle of Delphi. So yeah, I don't know. We could. I've just from the options here, I think we'll take that one. But the Oracle of Delphi has been the rise and fall of many legendary heroes. Ill tidings arrive from the Oracle with a messenger bearing news of bad times to come, unless Bosporan Kingdom is to get a new leader. The nobles of our society start looking at Leostratus I Spartacus with skeptical eyes, as the Oracle herself has said he is ill-befitting a leader. Maybe it's time to change our leadership. That's the kind of music that you typically hear when it's like oracles and stuff. So we could say we need to convince our friends and countrymen the oracle is wrong. Outdated superstitions. Or we could say, look, a large ceremony is going to be held to appease the gods. I actually wouldn't mind it if he had to swap for his brother, but I don't want him to die or something. So we'll just take the first option. We'll pay our way out. I'm not even going to pay the forts on this one. Alright, September is come and gone. Let's go. Don't need our ally. Alright, war declared. Let's, as I said, get stepping. Just realized, actually, we might get these guys to hop on the boats. Stay there. If we just come down here, we'll hop on the boat, hop out, and then we'll catch them. Now, they might grab an ally or something like that. I don't think they will, but they might. And they haven't paid their forts, so we could actually just assault this place and destroy it really easily. Alright, the fleet is in place. Let's hop out there. Tempting to assault it, just cause we can. Feels bad, man. You know, these guys never did anything wrong. Kind of feel bad about it. But they also didn't get civilized quickly enough, you know? Sometimes you gotta take matters into your own hands. Theostratus is sick of it. These guys have been here for hundreds of years. Oh wow, we won that siege so fast. Alright, well. Nice knowing you. Oh, they actually picked up some mercs. I forgot about that. There we go. The cavalry ran in first. The cavalry could probably do it on their own if they wanted to. But everyone else is on the way anyway. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Cavalry took unnecessary losses. I always let them run ahead. It's such a silly mistake of mine. Okay, so we lost 7,000. They lost 9,000. They're just going to retreat. We're going to capture this last little bit. And there we go, 100%. Let's just end it there. We don't need to fight them again. No more bloodshed. The Rock of Ages. In a ramshackle farm on the outskirts of Masatiki, a great depression in the ground mars the serene landscape. In the midst of this crater, a great immovable rock lies dormant. It is unlike anything our advisors have seen. And a scribe mentions a near-forgotten prophecy of a message sent to our people by Zeus himself. It is near forgotten. This happened literally over 100 years ago. Within days, multitudes of people have flocked to see this unnatural edifice, many of them in fervent prayer. Truly, it seems the prophecy was true, and that Bosporan Kingdom has been chosen by Zeus to fulfill his bidding. We are blessed indeed. State, religion, happiness, and morale of armies 5% until end game. Wow. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Till the end of the game. You know what? I'm not even going to look at the families that don't want them. Just kill them. We didn't actually take that much aggressive expansion in that fight either. Alright, next up is going to be Saracia. I might just hold some of these back so they don't take too much attrition. Saracia, not at war with anyone. We're going to cancel tribal vassal status. It does feel quite gamey to do this, I'm not going to lie, guys. But for some reason, there's just no truce with this stuff. I don't know why. I wonder will anyone else attack them now that we cancel the tribal vassal? Like, will someone else go to war with them? Could happen. And do we need to focus anywhere else? Is anything else a problem? Doesn't seem like it. Phrygia can't attack for 2 more years, so we're good for a little while. I'm a bit... Oh, you know what? We never built that fort. I meant to build one out here. Actually, I'm going to build it here. Yeah, that should just help. Just in case they attack, at least they'll have a little bit of time. Or not as much time. Let's build up this fort to be even stronger. Probably do the same with one of these. Gonna get rid of the academy, build that instead. Alright. Where's Leo? Is Leo not here? Oh, no way. I thought he should have been. Oh, he's all the way over here. He's at the capital. I mean, it makes sense. Overseeing the military campaign from back at the capital. So what do we got? Actually, what does that guy do again? The royal steward responsible for administering the collection of taxes. Oh, yeah. They're actually quite strong. Pefgalus that's so cool. He's actually good at finesse as well. And Pefgalus is 9 marshals. So Pefgalus, if you don't know, Pefgalaus even, is the son of our brother. So the twin brothers, one of the one's sons, he is the blood of the Argies, as he, he's the daughter of a previous Macedonian woman. There he is, getting his bureaucratic, I don't know, dipping his feet, I don't know, I'm trying to think of saying. He's getting familiar with the bureaucracy of the nation, let's just put it that way. He's getting his bureaucratic feet wet is what I was, like, trying to say. Alright, ready to go? Let's go. Are they at war? Oh, I thought, no, okay, cool. Take Syndica. Level 1 tech. I'm so scared. See if we can force march. And you know what I might try, just because some people have been asking me to, is to do independent operations and see if they just take out this whole area themselves, the AI, like automate all of our armies. Oh, we can't move in that way because of the fort now. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh well. So yeah, let's do that with this guy, right? Let's go independent operations. Independent operations. Turn that off. See what they do. Recruiting heavy cavalry all across the board. Wow, we were victorious very quickly. The statue of Leostratus I. The people of Calatus have raised a large statue of our esteemed ruler Leostratus I Spartacus. Though the statue is lacking in certain important areas, it would not be taken well if we were to rip it down. Yeah, so we've had this a few times. Man, he's looking old. He's 55. He looks like 80. How's his brother look? A little bit better. His brother looks just like his dad. Which is pretty cool. His brother's actually plotting quietly. And nefarious. He's losing loyalty because of that, even though he is the primary pretender. We'll just do this and we'll leave it up. We'll take the loyalty, the popularity hit. No big deal. Right, one of these armies needs to go in siege, so we'll let this one move in and siege. The others can just do their thing. So we'll go independent operations. I'm just curious to see how the AI handles these armies themselves. You know, now that we've told them to just do whatever you want, we're letting time play in fast, letting the armies automate themselves. See if we, because my theory and what I've always said is I don't do this because most of the time I see them losing battles when we do this. I don't know why that is. But we'll see. We'll see. They might not. They might do great. Now, they were about to fight there, and then they stopped. It's essentially letting the AI fight itself, right? I mean, it's all the same AI, for those who don't know. Alright, those are good trades. We're victorious. Alright, we just killed a unit that was going to spawn. Good stuff. We're still not paying for the navies, are we? Oh, we are paying for the forts, though. We really don't need to. We'll just do it anyway. I don't know if maybe someone in chat could, or in comments could let me know. If I stopped paying for the forts, does that mean that the fort I held here wouldn't... I'm assuming that means that I wouldn't be paying for that one either, you know? Okay. Looks like they're coming in for a fight here. It looks like, okay, the AI is coming in to reinforce itself, which is good to see. Battle happening down here at this... Yeah, okay, it's taking care of itself. The game is literally playing itself right now. Or the war is. This is like a really big feature for people who are maybe more casual fans and want to get into these types of games. Let's get these guys independent. Let's get in there. And then after this, we'll go straight up to Sarmatia. Oh, they are at war with... Oh, no, it's just at war with our clients. Okay, cool. No commanders in these armies. Sacrifice to the gods. Do we need it? Yeah, we could have it. Let's do it. Siege of Abscaria is won. Great. Independent. Alright. Not much else to do then. Actually, this is going way better than I thought. I did do some independent operations when I played in Egypt, and they just lost almost every battle. And I was so confused as to why. They don't seem to kind of group up their armies too much to really like make sure they win. That might have been why. Alright, so they've only got one other fort now. What's cool is our armies tend to run ahead to where they're retreating. I can't see where armies retreat to, but the AI seems to know where they're going. So they tend to get ahead that way, which is kind of neat. Not long left now. Trapezius and Colchis, and we have all the claims. We have the claims. Obviously, I'm worried a little bit about Phrygia down south. But so far, so good. Mercenaries coming in hot as well. As soon as they touch this land, they are going to be hostile. And they arrive on the 11th of September. Gonna keep lowering that aggressive expansion for now. The freeman happiness would actually be quite good to improve our disloyalty that we have in certain provinces. Which is getting kind of bad now. 4 of our provinces are disloyal. Alright, looks like we got a battle coming up here. Granaries are being raided. We've received word from local officials that the province of Pontus Colopen that several important provincial stockpiles have been looted by malcontents owing to the contempt for the government across the area. It seems they hope to make tensions worse by forcing hungry people to action. In any case, it won't be cheap to replace the stolen goods. So we could just pay. We don't have the money though. We can make the governor pay himself. Orla can cover the costs. How loyal is he? 63. Tempted to do that. The province gains 10 loyalty. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'll do that one. Province will gain 10 loyalty with this one as well. We lose 10 influence, 4,000 manpower. The brigands will be caught and the grain returned. Actually, yeah, let's do that then. This guy doesn't lose loyalty or money this way. We can sacrifice the manpower. We're good for manpower. Where are our armies? Oh, they're like going up north to fight the... Yeah, let's just pull them back now. Okay, you did your job. That's fine. Just going to be taking wild amounts of attrition up there. Alright, GG. Don't worry about them much longer. Last siege is occurring now. Now, while that's going on, we don't need to look at it. Any other buildings we need to build? There are some cities with empty building slots. So let's have a look. Generally just want to be building more citizens, getting more citizens. Actually, yeah, because of that, we'll be lazy and we'll just go library in all of these places. We can just about afford that, so yeah. Zargadava, man, they're doing good work. Don't mind having them as client states. They actually do stuff. So we could get... Yeah, let's get this one. This is the next tradition. Cohort starting experience and experience decay is reduced. And then we get our light cavalry defense, which is really good. Wine, leather, and earthenware. No problem. They can have it all. How is the capital actually? Is this it? There's actually no city here. Antiochia didn't even have a city. Which is kind of crazy. There's no port or anything. Oh, there is a port here. 2015 pops here, though. This is a food producing one, so you don't really want to build a city on that. And then it's just wine. Yeah, so I guess we could found a city here eventually. We don't need to do it now. We don't have the manpower anyway. Or the, we don't have the political influence. God. Alright, it's almost over. And then we'll push up towards Sarmatia. The final battle. They actually have a decent amount of troops, but it's probably really low tech. Yeah, 0 tech. God, it's terrible. 99. Can we just take it now? I think you need to get the fort to be able to get the entire thing. I'm kind of lazy, so I might just assault it. Is there a breach? There's no breach, though. Yeah, I'm just going to assault it, because we have so much manpower, I just don't think it's a problem. Touched by Hermes. Heraclea Pontica has seen a huge influx of traders and travelers from far and wide recently. We'll be inspired by the god and make the most out of this. Or we can say a thanks to Hermes is an order. We don't have the money to do that, so we'll do that instead. That's after giving us nearly 1,000 gold. So I'm going to rather lazily order an assault. See the men at the walls, which is pretty cool. Seems like we'll do this no problem. Alright, there we go. Siege 1. Let's peace out. So that is Saracia. Done. Let's kill them. Reduce that aggressive expansion. I really should look at how much aggressive expansion that gave us. Alright, so we just gained a bunch of territories there. Now, we started this with 303 territories. We now have 320. Is that all? Really? I mean, we did only take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from here. I guess so. Yeah, okay. So 17. We've grown by 17. How many did these have? 41. So this is a bit of a bigger one. But we are here and we're ready to start pushing in. There's a fort up there, so we'll move up there. Alright, cool. Last guys left. Cancel tribal vassal status. No other wars just yet. The truce with Phrygia, I believe, is up, but it looks like they're in a war right now with Cappadocia, so maybe they'll leave us alone for a while. Yeah, the truce is still in effect, just for a little while. For 4 more days. So we'll see, we'll see. Theodorus Tripascar has died. He's the guy we took off the army not that long ago. And tech-wise, we are now up to level 10 on 3 of our techs, except for Marshall, which is just a bit low at the moment. Put this guy on it, he's a bit better. Let's pop him in there. I haven't actually purchased a tech in a long time. Okay, here's the war. Take Tanacia. And in we go. Now, I might release some as a vassal when we're done doing this. Like, I could release all this territory as one big vassal and then give them external territories if I want. Obviously, you see, there's a diplomatic limit with how many you can have. Tribal vassals don't count towards your diplomatic relations. That's another kind of mini benefit of having them, I guess. But obviously, having subjects does. So if we created another subject, we're going to go over our limit. There's nothing I can do about that other than start integrating maybe these guys or something like that at a certain point, which isn't off the cards. So yeah, that's what would have to happen if we were to integrate, if we create a client state again. Okay, so it's war. So let's start pushing in. That's our cavalry. This guy can go here. What else to do? Yeah, all good. We don't have that many armies, really. I guess we do have these ones. I didn't even see them. Steppe horses. No. This is the type of thing where, yeah, independent operations again might be the right call, because there's just so many little pieces to do, and I kind of just want to get it over with fast. I don't think we'll lose any battles. I can't imagine how we would. So let's just do this again. I'll commit this guy to a siege, though. I think it's important to do that. And maybe bring these guys in reinforcement of that area. But these dudes, these can all independently operate. Right, so just let them do whatever, right? And that war should just take care of itself, to be honest. I mean, I just can't imagine we'll lose any of these battles. But we'll keep an eye out. Leontis Scodrathema died of a terrible fever at the age of 70. We're no longer importing grain from Macedonia. So, interestingly, this should be done now, I think. Yeah. Oh, we do have 2 routes. Oh, whatever. So let's get the grain here. And let's get grain from one of our own places, Sarmatia maybe. And that should fix the food. Yeah, now food is going up by 6.10. So this place will sort itself out for that. And the pops will stop migrating or dying. Excellent. Alright, we'll help our ally out here with Urpaska's Revenge. Slam the cavalry in from the north. Lacking a commander on this army, Leontios' third. Oh yeah, he did just die. Athenodorus Carsid, the son of Athenodorus Carsid, who died in a Sinopian jail cell, I want to say. Hard to remember at this point. There's his father. Died from the advanced stages of venereal disease. He did die in a jail cell, though. Oh yeah, there we go. Sinope. It was Sinope. Alright, that was a very quick siege. Wow. Well, just have to let them get on with it. I shouldn't be giving them orders. Let them do their own thing. They can figure it out. Is there anything else I can do? We could continue the road now that we have more money, actually. Might do that for fun. It's kind of a big army to be doing it with. Can we get a smaller one, maybe? This is a 16k. Get them to run up to Sinope and then build across. The Siege of Cadiz is one. Wow, these are very fast sieges. I guess they are 0 tech. I wonder does independent operations change their policies? Their tactics even. Doesn't seem like it. Barbarians, so that's annoying. A religious proceeding. A struggle between the religious echelons of our society and the peasants has recently come into light as the populace feel like the religious ceremonies are inaccessible and distant. On the other hand, our high priest and his attendants demand the distance needed to do their jobs properly and argument the peasants have no rights to the inner workings of our religious ceremonies and argue. The priests will be left alone, or we could say, look, a religious proceeding through the territory will appease both sides, or we could say, look, the peasants are right. It's time to open the gates of the temples. The omen power and duration will be worse. Omen duration being worse isn't even a bad thing. That's a great thing, in my opinion, because omens are free now. There's no reason not to do them. But back when they used to actually cost to do them, that would make more sense that you wouldn't want that. I don't mind having this now. National unrest, -1. That's pretty good to me. And 10 stability, yeah. Go for that. 69 stability. Whoa, big fight, big fight. Looks like we are going to lose. Independent operations has failed me. Alright, let's pull him back. I'm sure they'll handle it. Okay, so half the country is taken. We need to go for that fort. Someone has to go for it. I'll just click. I'll just do it manually. Get one. Oh shit! I should have read that. I'll just get one of these to go there manually. Fish. No, thank you. See, he's on independent operations. He's going to try and take out the. Like, this army's going for the barbarians. When it's like, there's already 2 armies down there, you know? It doesn't seem to really have that concept of you're not needed there. Like, I get that it's an objective that you might want to think about, but it really isn't. Anyway, whatever. Small thing. Let's keep it going. We're coming to the end of this episode. The cleanup of the vassals. Something people asked me to do a long time ago. Alright. That's something we never did, actually, with threaten war. It'd be cool if we could threaten war against Trapezius and they just gave in. Constant victories popping left, right, and center. I want to get all their territory. I don't think I can yet until... Oh! I didn't miss this one. War with Phrygia. Again. And we are very under strength down south. We need our fleet to block the crossing. We'll block this one first. And we'll send this fleet down to block this one. I'm not leaving up there north until we're done with that area. Now we have an army, Pythid 7th Pella, that we can bring over. And I think that's pretty much it. All the other armies are up north. We do have one here. Let's just keep these guys back for now. Keep an eye on what's going on. And identify any areas of risk and maybe jump on them. That's interesting. They are at war still. Are they... Oh, they might have finished their war with Cappadocia. That might be why. Man, they were quick. They were 1 year after their truce. They attacked me. Okay, you can stop force march. And I want you to force march all the way around down here. It's going to take the highway. He'll be over there in no time. The subjugators. They're leaving on November 633, and I want to see them get there within a year. Oh, it's going to be tough. There's a lot of units around these armies. 31,000 against us here, actually. Yeah, I don't think we can win that. Might hold out until one of us gets there. I don't think so, though. No. Yeah, we can't be dilly-dallying with this independent operations now. Oh, shit. Oh, that's not us. Okay, that's good. Good news is, anyway, there's not much of them left. We've almost eradicated them completely. It's just the fort. Really, that's it, and then that's it. We have all the capitals. It's just the fort now that needs to fall. Yeah, so once that's done, it's no problem. Okay, so they somehow got around my fort again. Oh, you know what? I'm not paying the... I am paying them now. How are they getting around that? Surely... Oh, right. Because of the lake that actually doesn't block this area. Damn. Mistakes were made. And lessons were not learned. Second time they've done that. Let's get these mercenaries. Can't get any more mercenaries, actually, funnily enough, because we don't have any more military experience. So let's just beef them up. Oh shit. So our governor here, Antenor Pythid, is too disloyal for me to take his army away from him. He's the governor. He's only disloyal by 1. Okay, it's not that bad. We'll grant him a holding. They see you later. Thank you very much. So now we can take this army off, give it to an actual commander, even though he's not great. And we'll move this army west. What is your problem now? Don't tell me you're too disloyal. Why can't you move? Okay, time was paused, that's why. Alright, so we blocked the strait, no problems there. And then we'll just force march on top of this. I think we'll make it just before this battle ends. I'm hoping. How much time does he have to... 27 to March? Oh, maybe not actually. No, he will, he will. I have faith. The heavy cavalry at the end here will just hold for a while. This heavy cavalry here, there we go. That's fine. Yeah, Leostratus is here now. He's not taking no shit. I'm gonna put this down once and for all. The Sarmatians. Yeah. Once that's done, I might even just siege, straight up assault the fort just to get the job done. Put Sarmatia down in the ground. And, yeah, so what's the deal, fort-wise? Okay, it's a little suicidal to do that, so I won't do that. This UI is such a mess. Let me just click. There we go. Okay, force march is off. Sieging the fort. We won the battle up here. It's great. We'll just independent operations for this army, and they probably run and jump on wherever these guys retreat to. Army in the north is just about to get onto the road, so now they should start going much quicker to get down south. I know you're thinking, why didn't you get on the boats? I want to take the attrition. I wanted to block that strait just in case anything happened quickly. Olympic Games, who are we going to send? Kephisidorus Kasiki or Posthonus Pythid? He's a Kasiki. We'll send him, see if he does something remarkable. Alright, armies are just about ready on the crossing to come across. I'm not going to focus too much on the Phrygian fight, because that feels like it's more for the next episode. Turbulent Priest, High Priest Gallon Skydrathemid has made it clear to the priesthood that he can no longer tolerate Leostratus' the Sarmatian. That's awesome, by the way, that he's gotten the name the Sarmatian after his war against Sarmatia. Spartacus' godless impiety. Without the support of the priesthood, the people will start to believe that Leostratus, the Sarmatian, does not have the support of the gods, which would harm our legitimacy. Let him complain, or make a large donation. Not worth true loyalty, I would say. So, but low loyalty in office means low political influence. That's fine. Right, so what else could we be doing? Okay. This army can head south as well. Go, 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 go. They're on the road. It's intense. Cinematic. The war is almost over up here. Actually, it just said we were defeated there a second ago. What happened? Ah, we lost down here. Tripusker second. I need to rename this. Well, I'll do it in between episodes. They're on a river. Alright, 44,000 together. Let's take the road. We should be up there in no time. It's a forest terrain though, so it's not the best terrain for us, but we should be able to beat them, I think. What's their tech level actually? 9. Same as ours. And what have they got? Heavy infantry. Okay, cool. What's our So this guy, our general, or mercenary general, level 11, 27 years old. Give him a good old bottlenecking. I think would be a nice... Would actually put our archers to use. Yeah, let's do that. What's the other army made of? Yeah, I'm happy with bottleneck. I'll stick with it. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not. Do phalanx. Alright, the siege is won. Once these territories just auto-cap, then we'll just peace out. I don't even think I need to wait for that, but I'll just do that anyway. Cool. Alright, let's peace out with Sarmatia. This is a huge amount of territory to be claiming. Wow, we can get it all. 25 aggressive expansions. That'll bump us back up to 46. Oh, that's not even everything. 29. 30. So we'll go over 50 again. Oh, man, we get the whole thing. Screw it. Let's do it. Lower that aggressive expansion. Okay, cool. So we'll actually get out of the 50 range pretty soon, which is good. And we're in a defensive war, so that's not going to hurt our... it's not going to hurt our aggressive expansion decay. Holy, look at that, guys. Look how thick we are now. Oh my days. Oh my days. You know what? We got to call it there. Time is running on and on and on. So our 3 tribal vassals have been integrated, so to speak. Tempting now to kind of almost release a vassal here, there, and like here, and just add it all into one big vassal. And it would be a client rather than a tribal vassal, which would be great. That means we wouldn't have to assign a new governor up to Sarmatia, Asia. Oh, what is it? Asiatica? Or it might be Scythia, is it? Oh yeah, we have a hand in Scythia. Just a tiny little hand in Scythia. Yeah, so we'll deal with that in the next episode in terms of how that's going to calm down that area. I'm sure it's probably going to be a bit of a pain culture-wise. Some people, oh, you know what? I forgot to do it all episode till now. Some people asked to see the culture map. Here it is. Let's hide the UI. There's the culture map. We'll have a look at the religion one. So let's just go through the map really quickly. So we got kind of the Germanic cultures, and then well, what kind of culture group is this actually? Germanic, yeah, it is. I just didn't think it would be the same for up here, but it is. Germanic culture group up there. We've got a little Hibernian influence creeping over into England, which is cool. We got Gallic or Celtic, I suppose. And then it's a bit of a messy thing going on down in Iberia. Celt-Iberian, Iberian, pre-Indo-European. Interesting. Levantine, and then Latin. And down here you got Numidian and Hellenistic. So Hellenism is reigning strong throughout. It looks like Egypt, interestingly, decided to stay Hellenic and switch people to Macedonian, but they didn't adopt a Hellenic religion, which is weird. So I guess they adopted Cometicism, but kept the Hellenism culture. So yeah, kind of interesting to see that. And then it's obviously quite fragmented up here. We've got a lot now of Heptatic in our own territory. This is mostly Heptatic and mostly Scythian. So we're going to have to be converting all that. In fact, we've taken probably quite a big hit. We're down to 73 and 68% respectively. So yep, not long left. After I'm sure we're going to beat Phrygia no problem. It's really then all we have got left is just to enact our claims against Trapezius and Colchis. And that'll be it. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.